Yay. Okay. Here's to not forgetting all of the controls overnight. Let's see if I can actually beat that, oh, hello. Do I have money? I do not have money. In fact, I'm very broke. Okay. Fuck you. Okay. This is not the best start to anything. Where the fuck? Where am I going? I'm trying to get that, that random Lance guy. And I am, in fact, not in the right place. Oh, I know where I am. Okay, hang on. Okay. Fuck! I'm so... Okay. That's not the right thing. Hang on, hang on, hang on. No, you're not gonna shoot at me? Okay. Oh. Okay. What is up here? Absolutely nothing. Okay. You... Okay. Okay, you know what? Okay, hang on. Okay. Alright. That could have gone worse. Shitting myself. Fuck. Fuck! Oh my god. You know what? It's just 100. I don't need that. It's fine. That's not annoying at all. This is not where I'm supposed to be. little too early. Awesome. Okay. I'm just gonna use this elevator. Fuck it. Oh, hello. Do you have anything to talk about? No? Okay. Sad. I finally figured out how to, save VODs, so that's cool. I didn't know that I had to turn on a setting for that. I thought it would just do it automatically, but I guess it makes sense why, they just weren't showing up on my profile. It's because it wasn't on, dumbass. Anyways, I looked that up yesterday. It was like, or last night, it was like 2 a.m. And I was like, dog, where are my VODs? Because I was thinking I was gonna upload them to YouTube too. Especially after spending an hour on... embarrassingly spending an hour on the Centaur boss. Because I was getting skill checked out of the ass. But yeah. Hopefully, to whoever is viewing, you are having a good day. Unless it's a bot, then you can go fuck yourself. I love being broke. Yay! What's up, big guy?
Sir! Got him! No! Oh, 走了。Sir.
A bow.
Long chi tiêu. Cắn.
Azure Sand, which can be replenished at root nodes. Okay, you know what? Hang on. So I have 2 charges. Word. That's not what I wanted. Where am I going? No, I don't want to be back here. Please let me come back. Hang on. Oh! What's down here? Water. Can I get into the water? Actually, I can. Ow. Fucking hell. No way. Oh, no. I don't like that. Oh, that's not cool. That's not cool at all. Awesome. The answer is no, you cannot go into the water. Cool. That's awful. Oh, that's nice. Oh! Well, this is just inconvenient. Okay. Me when I do everything but parry. Oh, hello. Oh! Get fucked. Ah! That fucking hurt. Oh. Hello.
所以，哦，태유， 哦，甘努，
Okay. It's very ominous. I swear there were more this way. Hang on. Hello. Do they do anything? Oh. They just piss off those guys. Okay, cool. Very awesome, in fact.
桂林，乌卡，桂林，板卡。
hell? What are you doing? Okay, you know what? Oh, wow. That was rude. Oh my god. No? Okay. Hello. Did I just have nothing installed? Are you serious? Oh my god. Okay, hang on. Hello?
What
What up? How are you?
I don't know. Like I was tired, but then I tried to take a nap, and now somehow I'm even more tired.
Fine.
It's just been an interesting, long but not long day thus far. How about you?
I'm doing good.
Woke up. I'm surprised you're awake, considering you were up until well, I was up this morning. So
You know.
yeah, yeah, I feel that. Well, what? No. Oh, what? Is there an accident this way? Oh, come on.
Wait, are you back?
What?
Are you, like, ready for Monster Hunter, or, like, what?
Oh, no. Okay, well, I don't know any of y'all were up, so I was just playing some, like, games by myself before I took a nap.
Sure.
I told you in text I was driving home now, 4-hour excursion.
Oh, God.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, well, so we got stormed out today. So I was looking at the forecast all day today and looking at the clouds. I'm like, oh yeah, it shouldn't be, it shouldn't be too bad. It's gonna be 30% chance of rain all day. Woke up, it was already, a wonderful light show outside of all the lightning.
I'm
And I was
sure.
looking at it, it's like now it says 70% the whole day. And we get there, well, as soon as we were leaving, it starts drizzling. I'm like, uh-oh. And I look up, the clouds are like you can see the edge where it ends, but it was moving in the direction of where we were. So I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna be driving for 30 minutes. I'll be past the clouds in like 5. The clouds will catch up before we even start working. So we're probably not gonna start working.
Sure.
Sure enough, we get there, 6:20 rolls around and it starts pouring down. And all of us are like, yeah, just sit in your vehicles. And by that point, I wouldn't say pouring down. I say more of like just, just sprinkling enough to where you'll get a little wet, but, it's not too heavy. Then, like, give it 20 minutes, it's freaking monsooning. My truck's rattling from all the wind. I'm like, okay, great. It's like a freaking monsoon out here. And then another hour later, they're like, okay, yeah, just go home. So I worked out, got back, started cleaning up the apartment. Man, my freaking truck is loaded. I got a cooler. I don't know why, but I bought a rice cooker because I'm tired of my mom cooking my rice for me. I got an air fryer, a bag full of random crap that my old roommates left behind, bought a tote full of spices and bags and crackers and knickknacks, my whole duffel bag and 2 backpacks and a bunch of stuff in the front seat and a laundry basket filled with a bunch of other garbage.
Word.
And there is no room besides the driver's seat in my truck right now.
That sounds
And
fun.
it's gonna be a freaking pain to unpack, but I'm gonna have to do it. But yeah, all this and the next week gotta leave Tuesday to go to the freaking beach with Jack and them.
Awesome. Yeah, it's a week-long trip, right?
Well, for them, yes. For me, I wish it would be, because I would probably be able to stay up there a whole week, if not for a dentist appointment on Thursday at 4 o'clock. And I've already rescheduled it once, wasn't gonna do it again. I was thinking, oh boy, I was tempted. I was like, man, I kind of want to reschedule. So I was like, I told my girlfriend, I was like, hey, maybe I could reschedule. And as soon as the word reschedule came out of my mouth, she was like, nope. I knew you were gonna say that. Nope, don't do it. I'm like, I mean, this is a family practice. Like, they're close family friends with my girlfriend's parents, and they're pretty much one of 2 dentists in town, and the only one that most people really respect. And you know, I wasn't gonna put a sour taste in the mouth. I've actually done this once before. I rescheduled a cleaning twice. I was 2 months behind on my cleaning, technically. It was supposed to be in March. It wasn't until mid-May when I got my cleaning, which was like 2 weeks ago now, I think. And now they realized I had a couple of small cavities that they're gonna fill, and that's what this appointment was. It was supposed to be a week ago. No, wait. Yeah, I think it was supposed to be a week ago or 2 weeks ago. I had something else going on. I can't remember what. And so I was like, I called them on like Monday in the middle of work, be like, hey, can we reschedule? And they were like, oh yeah, sure. And I was like, cool, thanks. Sorry to reschedule so much, but I'm pretty sure the lady on the line didn't know who I was. She might have been new.
Awesome.
Yeah, well, now I'm dealing with freaking traffic. I think there's probably an accident. Why is there rush hour traffic at 3:40 something? Man, what the heck? How long you been up?
I woke up at like 2? So I haven't been up long.
No, it's not about the time I fell asleep. Actually, no, it's probably 1:30 when I fell asleep, but it was pretty close. I woke up at probably 2:30, 2:40-ish, and that's when I started packing up. It took me a whole hour to get everything in the truck. Because, unfortunately, my apartment's on the 3rd floor. Thankfully, I parked my truck right out front of the building, but still, I'm walking up and down to make multiple trips because I can't carry. Like, a lot of this stuff, you need 2 hands to carry.
Right.
So it's not the most convenient. You know, like some stuff was like, oh, multiple shoulder carry bags, cool, I can get that while I carry the hand stuff, but, you know.
Yeah.
Okay, real quick, I gotta settle this. So, have you ever heard of a term, bedroom suit?
What? Like
Yes,
PJs?
okay, bedroom suit. The word bedroom and the word suit, like a suit you wear, have you ever heard of that term? Now, what do you think it is or implies?
Well, I was thinking like your PJs.
Exactly. Okay, so I was like, my girlfriend said, my parents got me this new bedroom suit for the extra rooms downstairs. I'm like, who's putting on a suit? Like, someone's pajamas? And she goes, I'm not funny. This isn't funny. I'm really bad right now. I'm like, what? She's like, you're supposed to know this. You're too bright. I'm like, okay, well, you're calling me stupid for this. What's happening? And now she's mad, and I can understand why. This is the side room where we put a bunch of garbage, and not even our stuff. I think it's her sister's stuff that they decided to give us for some reason, and I don't understand it.
Okay.
And now we gotta move it all out. And she says, I can't believe you don't know what a bedroom suit is. She said, look
Why
it
are
up.
you mad
Look
about
up.
it?
I looked up bedroom suit. it came up as bedroom suite. You know the word suite,
I do.
right?
Yes.
The word suit with an E. Okay.
Oh,
I
did she
was
just pronounce it wrong?
Well, not only did she spell it wrong, which was the initial, well, we were texting, and the initial problem was she was spelling it as suit, like a suit you wear. And then when I asked, do you mean a suite with an E? I spelled it like that. I can't remember the specific text, but she was basically like, well, I call it a suit, because where I used to work, we call it a suit. And I was looking up like pictures of a bedroom suite, looked up specifically the words, what is a bedroom suite? And it said first thing was suite. No one even spelled it suit. And I was like, do you realize everyone calls it suite, right? She goes, I don't care. I'm like, what? I was like, it's a sweet. And she said, yeah, you pronounce it sweet, like the word sweet, like candy sweet. And it said, I would call it suit. And I'm like, okay, you know what?
That's
You
just
keep
wrong.
calling it suit if you want, but from now on, every time you say suit, I'm gonna put on my pajamas. That's all I'm gonna do. And I'll be like, if you want me, I'll go put on my bedroom suit. So, and I'm just making sure I'm not the only one going freaking crazy over
I
the
don't know
fact that
why
this
she
isn't called
would
a freak.
get mad about that.
Well, because here's the thing. Again, she didn't want to do anything. Well, fair enough. She's on her summer break, but obviously, who wants to clean out a room of a freaking rocking chair, like 10 plastic totes, a bunch of like garbage and shoes and clothes stacked up on the floor. That's my stuff. I should get a suitcase for all my stuff I keep at her house. But all this crap we gotta clean out, and I was like, okay, there's another side room. There's two right next to each other, and like connecting them is the hallway that leads to the door that goes outside, and they're right
Wait, why
across
don't
from
they
each
just
other.
call
I'm
it
like,
guest
cool.
bedroom?
Well, they technically are, but we don't have guests that come. Well, we do have one room. It's her sister's room, even though her sister lives in Birmingham. And whenever she comes over, that's her room. But whenever she doesn't come over, if the only other person who stays over, which is her grandmother, if she wants to come over, that's the room she stays in. And the other two, quote unquote, guest rooms are unoccupied and are not ever set up. There's no beds. One is empty completely. The other one is the one we put all our garbage in.
Then what's the point of having them?
They were built with the intention of being guest rooms, but the house isn't even fully finished. I'd say the house is about 85% done. The other 15% are ceiling panels that haven't been put in, garage doors and lights that haven't been put in,
Wait,
garage
how new is this
ceilings
house?
that
What?
this house was finished, I think, so half a year before we got together. That was 2 years ago now, so 2.5 years.
Okay.
Give or
But it's
take.
not finished still?
As in the past 2 years is not new. Since I met them, the house has looked the same as it does today, which means 85% done. That other 15% they haven't touched.
Bruh.
I know. Well, the thing is, they're short on money. Her mom works as a teacher. Her dad's retired.
We'll just have to talk it out.
Police officer, county tax commissioner, and now he's a cattle herder. And I mean, his income is based on how much cattle he can sell. He sells for a good bit. If he sells like three steers every other month, or every third month, if he's lucky, he gets about 500 per head. So if he sells 1,500 every 3 months, it's looking really good, honestly. But you know, cattle herders, for small cattle herders, it's kind of hard to get like a living. But it's his passion. I think his dad passed him down the cattle, so he's kept it. I will say he's got close to 40 full-grown. Or he's got one bull and like 30 something. Heifers, which is female cows.
I do know what a heifer is, yes.
Oh, okay. I did. I'm sorry. All combined, if he sells 1,000 per, which I think last time he sold a heifer, he sold for like 900.
Oh,
But
shit.
if he sold all of them right now, he gets about 40K, which I don't think is a good idea because they can keep, breeding whenever they're in heat, and then you can just sell the heifer, what do they call the baby? baby calves. I know steers is what you call
It's a calf.
a calf. A male calf is a steer, or
Oh, I have no
okay,
idea.
what's a? Yeah, I forgot. But
I
they
don't know
told me
about
that
the
at one point
baby terms. Ow.
Right. I just knew them as calves and steers, and I couldn't remember what a steer was. But yeah, that's their main. Well, his income, well, plus his retirement income. What do you call it? Retirement check?
Fund?
Retirement checks, I guess. Retirement fund. But I guess they don't have enough money saved up to finish the house. I mean, they're pretty laid back. In fact, I say they're very laid back because their days off are just go for a walk in the morning, maybe like feed the cows if there's not enough rain recently and the grass isn't growing, so they get the hay out, and then stay inside for the next 10 hours and watch TV. And I mean, there's some other days where they would do other things, but it's like for the most part they stay inside and watch TV all day. It's like, yeah. But yeah, there's 2 side rooms. I was like, okay, the one we've got all this junk in that we need to move out. I was like, cool, we have another side room. We'll put it in there. She goes, nope. They got another bedroom suite, like a decoration set from her mother-in-law. Let's see, from her mom's mom, not her dad. They got the 1 bedroom set, I think, from her dad's mom or her grandmother, and then another one from Mimi's mom's mom. And they're gonna do a bedroom suite for both bedrooms now, apparently. And I'm just like, great. So where the heck are we gonna put? And I need to tell them, this is junk that Savannah had to move. Her sister Savannah had to move out of her grandmother's house because that's where she lived for a while. And I'm like, she's got a house in Birmingham. She could keep it, but she decided to move it into her parents' house instead. It's stuff like crates full of old ceramics, a bunch of paintings her college friends had made, and a bunch of old clothes and old like bedroom furniture stuff. And I'm like, yeah, sure, we'll keep it in the sorrow. But now I'm like, okay, so, someone's got to come get this. There's nowhere we can put it in this house.
Right.
I mean, it's not going back in grandmother's house. That room isn't set for something else. That's why I had to move all the stuff out. So, but the problem is, it's her birthday. It's her sister's birthday today, actually. So I'm like, I don't think we should tell her, like, come get this crap today. That wouldn't be fair. But I'm like, man, we're stuck with all. At this point, man, I'm freaking girlfriend's pissed at me for some reason. I'm mad because I'm like, you assume that I'm stupid for not knowing what a bedroom suit is. I feel like you're glad what a bedroom suit, because I laid it out straight. It's a suite. You ask anyone else, they're probably gonna be like, are you freaking stupid?
Yeah.
Like, I didn't want to say that, which I didn't, but I'm like, man, the whole time I was thinking like, oh, Lord, if I was anyone else, I would probably be like, this is the dumbest thing I've ever heard. A bedroom suit. Wow.
Yeah.
It's like I don't know. It's like calling a.
I mean, if I had a partner who got angry at me over saying something correctly, and they just say "nuh-uh," I'd get pretty tilted.
Yeah. No. Okay. Legit. Here's an example. I used to. So like when you have like you use Spotify or Apple Music. You use Spotify,
I use Spotify.
Right? Okay. You know that you have the queue. Any music app, you set a queue for like your music
Yes,
that
it's
you
a
want
queue.
to coming up. Yeah, I used to pronounce it Q-U because it has
That's
the
pretty
U-E
funny.
in it. Yeah, I said that, and the first time I said that, she giggled and was like, it's Q, right? And I was like, well, I didn't really fight it much. Whenever it's a term I say a lot, she would like jokingly kind of be like, okay, this is how you say it, and if I keep saying it the wrong way, she'd get mad. There was one thing I did oh my gosh, and I can't remember it now. I get her to say a lot. I used to say the soda Grapico. I used to call it Graphico.
Dude, what are you
You know
talking about?
grape.
What?
The soda Grapico. The grape soda. You never seen it?
No.
Oh, it's the word Grapico. Grapico. It's a grape soda brand. I think they only make they make grape soda. Grapico with an I in there. Grapico. and everyone said Grapico, and I was like, oh, Grapico. And she was like, no, it's
Oh.
Grapico. And I would keep, yeah, and I would keep saying Grapico. She'd go, okay, stop, it's Grapico. I'm like, okay, and eventually did stop. And same with Q. I say Q now. But the one time she said something that is factually incorrect, where mine are just like sort of like wrong pronunciations, but I'm getting all the letters there. She's pronouncing a term fully wrong, missing a letter and the pronunciation, and she gets all fussy. And I feel like I don't want to be petty. I mean, I'm always petty, but like in this case, I'm like,
I mean, it's pretty unfair.
I don't want to. She even pulled the gaslighting card. She's like, "You're gaslighting me."
Dude, what?
Text receipts. I'm not gonna try to prove my case or anything. This is all
What?
like I want behind us. Yeah. She said you're gaslighting me. I'm like, babe, I am freaking serious. It's sweet. She goes, okay, let's agree to disagree. And I'm like, no. Oh, I didn't say this, but I was like, I'm just like, no. There's nothing to disagree here. You're factually wrong. Just take the L. Like, I'm trying to help you. But she's mad that her parents are doing this crap, which I am kind of frustrated that we gotta do this on the day I come back home. Like, come on.
Dude.
I know, and there's a freaking loud ass truck in front of me with, ugh.
I don't know why
Freaking endless. Be 8 o'clock when I get home done. Well,
I think my trigger's
this traffic is a little. Trigger? On your controller?
Yeah. Well, it's not broken.
PS5 controller?
Yeah, it's like really loose.
Oh.
Hmm.
Well. I would say get a new one, but I know money's
No, I'm gonna
short
check
these
it out at
days.
some point and see if I can open it.
Oh,
up
you're
myself.
gonna pop it open and tighten the screw? No, okay, that's supposed to. I know the controller, the triggers are like. They can have this kind of like a stiffness to them for certain games.
Yeah.
Like when I play Far Cry 6 a little bit, when you aim, it's a little harder to push back because like it's simulating an actual gun. And it's like, oh, that's really cool. And the other games that did that, I forgot what they were, but yeah, I knew
Yeah,
that
they're
they did it
haptics.
with
Excuse me,
newer,
sorry.
yeah, haptics, yeah. But I was like, I knew that they did that with like newer PS5 games. I was like, when Monster Hunter Wilds came out, I was like, will they do it with this game?
Yes.
And they didn't. I was like, oh dang.
Yeah, they
Is
did.
there haptic feedback on that? No, they didn't. They did, but I'm like, man, I wish they did. But also at the same time, with the way I used to play and currently play Monster Hunter, that haptic feedback might have just thrown me off, and it would have been a little difficult.
I mean,
The
it
reaction
does have
times would have been
controller
off or
rumble and
something.
all that.
Yeah, no, the vibrations and stuff, that's fair. But like, I'm talking about the trigger, the specific like where they stiffen it for like certain actions. You know, like where other games, the shooters will make the shooting action with the right R2 trigger will make it more stiff to simulate like actually pulling the trigger on the gun. But I think there's a way to turn it off, but I never figured it out. I always thought it was really cool and I kind of like it. But yeah, well, sorry for all that info dumping. I've just been freaking.
Oh, dude, you're good. I don't care.
This has been reeling in my head for the past been an hour now.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I get it.
But yeah. Oh shoot! Did your job ever get back to you on like if you got the job or not?
I just be sitting and waiting. I'm vibing.
It's been 2 weeks, 3 weeks even.
I don't know. I'll check back
Oh my
eventually.
gosh! I was about to say they should. They're doing the same thing. There's a couple of jobs around where I live where they just be like, okay, we'll get back to you. It's not like you were bad at the interview or anything. It's like they're like, okay, cool, we'll just let you know, and you have no idea if you got the job or not, if you even left a good impression, and the next thing you know, they don't get back to you ever. Like you wait a month and you think you're gonna get a reply when they said it's gonna be like 2 weeks, and you don't get a reply, and you just have to give up on that hope eventually. I hope that's not what's gonna happen to you. I'm hoping they'll at least tell you that you didn't get it instead of just freaking ghosting the crap out of you. But some people do that and it sucks. Says there's a police right here.
I can totally fix this. In the meantime,
Alright,
I'm
now
using a
if there is
different,
nothing. Yeah, but how many controllers you got?
3.
Dang. Just all of them are regular PS5 controllers?
Hey,
Yeah.
feelings.
Well, I have
Well,
5,
okay, so-
but like
guess just as I no
the other 2.
Oh.
Yeah.
Hang
Oh,
on.
look, we haven't
What the hell is
finished a
this?
full sweep of the. Got it.
I was gonna ask if you had those dual. So like the regular controller is what? DualSense Edge or wait, am I thinking of the wrong one? I just remember there's that one like Pro controller that's like I forgot what it was called, but it's the one with like extra mappable buttons and stuff, and it's like really
Oh
cool.
yeah, I don't really like those.
I don't know. I got a buddy of mine who got one for a gift a while ago, and he says it's good. $200 worth it? No, I don't know about that. I do, excuse me, personally have a controller that I bought, which is a, forgot the company. It's like one of those, like, third-party controllers they made for the PS5, but you gotta plug a little USB, little Bluetooth chip into the PS5 to use it.
Sure.
So it's not like it's not official. It's technically a third-party controller, but it's got like 4 mappable buttons on the back, and it's actually pretty neat for like. I tried it for Monster Hunter, and I mapped the buttons for like calling my secret because I didn't want to freaking use the D-pad for that. I want to keep my hand on the joystick while using my middle and like ring finger on the back to do all that. But it worked out, but there was no vibration. I mean, I didn't need vibration. I don't need most of that stuff, but it was missing a lot of features that a regular controller has while adding a bunch of other ones. I'm like, great. I mean, cool, but, you know, I'll use it for something else. And at the time when I bought it, it was for the sake of being able to play a split-screen game on my PS5 because I had 1 controller at the time. But now I have 3 because I have that, and then my girlfriend bought me that controller for my birthday, or no, for our anniversary. So I was like, great, I have 3 controllers now, and we don't use that one that I bought anymore because we just prefer the regular, the base PS5 controller. I'm like, great.
Sure.
I want to jump out and rip this truck's engines out because it's so freaking loud. And of course, it's some mustache, mullet, redneck looking mofo driving this thing.
They always look the same, don't they?
I saw what appeared to be either a vape or a weed puff out. Just smoke came out the passenger window. So he's got someone high off their mind in that truck probably, unless he himself is high too, in which case, just get off the road, man.
Well, you've been having a fun time.
Yeah, it's been great. I love it. I love my life. Jeez, this guy's impatient as hell. Oh, he's from Alabama. Great. Oh, a 4th guy from the back spat some out the window.
Dude, what is
Oh,
happening?
it's a freaking redneck clown car is what it is. Oh, they got like 5 hats on the front. It's an old freaking Chevy. No, it kind of looks like a Chevy Suburban, I think, but I can't tell. It has no emblem on it. It's got no like name. None of those like little magnets that tell you what kind of car, what the model and make is, and like. Yeah.
Fun.
Yeah. Well, I won't be home till 8 o'clock at this point because it is heavy. That's why my freaking GPS was telling me to turn left instead of right at that light. I get it now. I didn't even realize. I just like turn on my GPS and I know the initial start of the route. In fact, most of the route I know by like, you know, memory, but I just always have the GPS on just in case I miss a stop. Because I'm always forget. There was a time, this was recent, but I didn't turn on the GPS because I was like, oh, I know this route. I've driven it a bunch of times. I got this. And fully missed the stop, like the exit. Or I don't even remember if it was an exit or a turn, but I full on missed the turn without even realizing it. And then I was like, wait, I don't recognize this part of the road anymore. Oh shoot! I turned my GPS on. It told me I'm actually gonna be a little later than I was supposed to be, and it told me to make a freaking U-turn. I'm like, oh great.
Nice.
Yeah. So I'm like, I know I can't really trust myself. I try to turn on my GPS whenever I can, unless I can't. But yeah. Now I got you and good old Master Chief on ways to keep me company. Oh, ow, my back. Did Jack invite you to go to the beach with him?
No.
I was almost expecting it, but I don't know. I didn't. I felt like I'd just wait for her to come if it was gonna happen. But then I found out that apparently Randy's not even gonna be there the same time I am. Because they don't have enough rooms for both of us down there at the same time. So it's gonna be, I go up from Tuesday to Thursday, and then Randy will go up there when I leave probably,
That's tough.
or go down there. Yeah, I was like, dang, if only Randy could be down there. But then, and Jack was like, yeah, but it sucks, you know, don't have enough room. I was gonna propose I could just go to the store and give me a quick inflatable mattress or a air mattress and just crash on that. If y'all
Yeah, I
got,
would just
y'all
sleep
don't
on
have
the
enough
floor.
bed. I mean,
Me personally.
yeah. Have you ever slept on a bamboo bed?
No.
Suppose this place was once a
Okay.
workshop, too?
I don't
See,
think I would
there's-
want to.
you have sleeping on the floor, and then you have sleeping on a bamboo bed, which is basically the floor, but with a thin. How do I explain this? It's like the difference between wearing a pair of Skechers versus a pair of like freaking leather Birkenstocks, or no, what are these made out of? Cork. Like, have you ever put on a pair of Birkenstocks before?
No.
Okay, so they're basically a piece of wood. It's what it feels like. When you first put on a pair, it feels like a piece of wood. It's like no padding. It almost hurts, but then you give it like 2 days and all of a sudden it starts molding to your feet, and then all of a sudden it, even though it's made out of this really like tough material, which is cork, it's like, you know, same stuff like the bottles and the bottle caps are made out of. It's surprisingly comfortable after it fits in. That's the
Right.
difference. I mean, it's like, you know, you got your regular old mattress beds, and then you got a freaking bamboo bed, which is basically, I heard it's actually good for your spine somehow, which is why a lot of Asians still use it today, like especially Japanese people. But I do know a couple of friends, like my mom's friends in China, and like some hotels or motels even had the bamboo beds in China when I went a couple of times. And it's like, my memories of bamboo beds hasn't been that the bamboo beds are uncomfortable. It's been that it's always matched with either a broken or a missing air conditioning unit. So it's hot as hell, windows are open, fans are blowing, and you get yourself that freaking wooden fold out fan and you're like waving it to go to sleep at night alongside the bamboo bed. So while I wish I could say I had good memories with bamboo beds, it's always met by that, and my memory's always like, yeah, no, I don't know why, I kind of don't like it, but I know the bed itself wasn't like a discomfort. It was just that it was hot. Ugh.
Yeah, that sounds
Well,
uncomfortable as
think
hell.
about
I'm not doing that.
All right, fair enough.
I like
It's not-
my
it's not
actual
really-
mattress.
Oh yeah, no. Mattresses are nice, especially if you got, well, like springs and stuff and whatever else is in mattresses. Foam. No,
I was
not
gonna say, I think
foam.
it's just
What's it called?
foam.
Is it wool or is it foam?
I think it's foam.
Wait, okay, if it's a memory foam mattress, yeah, it's foam. I haven't had a memory foam mattress
Wait
in
a
a
moment.
minute.
That's
But I think some
Like
mattresses
it's
have
Sarah's.
like
Looks tempered, but I'm not seeing any signs of life.
wool or like
it's possible.
some
that
kind of,
whatever did this
like,
may have
puffy
also been a
material.
tempered specimen.
Excuse me. Oh Lord. This monster is hidden. Yeah, I was just sitting there playing. Have you ever heard of this game called Kingdom 2 Crowns?
Nope.
Okay, it's like well, I can't think of a game I can compare it to. You're essentially a king, and you're walking like it's a 2D game, so you're going left and right. You can't even go up or down, and you're on a horse, and you have to set up like a town hall, set up walls, get yourself archers, builders, and farmers. And through multiple ways, you get gold and you upgrade stuff with that gold. But all the while, you're fighting these things called, what do they call them? Greed?
It's a Rathian.
It's like
Tempered from the
this
look
kind
of
of
her.
purple glob that makes little
Quite a
minions that
running
come after you, and they'll try to steal your crown.
Cast away in one nest.
And you're essentially building a kingdom. And once you max out, like you go from island to island building a kingdom, and each time you have both sides. On either side is
Let's regroup for a
this
second.
big purple blob
I've noticed a
that
trend
makes
between all
these
these tempered
greed
monsters.
creatures, and you have to
None of them
fight
seem to
back
be
against them
natural
with
deaths,
archers.
but
You
they also
eventually
show no signs of a
unlock
struggle.
knights, is what they call it. But if you
Exactly as
get
you say.
different versions of the
think it's
game, like
safe
with
to
the
assume
DLC bonus
something
pack,
unusual is
you
going
get
on.
my Japanese one. You
Why
get
don't we try
samurai
talking to Maki?
and ninjas.
She often comes out
I
here to gather
think
oil.
on like the
Maybe she
Norselands
saw
one, you'll
something.
get probably Vikings, I'm guessing, and there's like an Olympus one. The base game I think is like medieval knights and stuff, so it's probably something else. But it's pretty cool. It's actually co-op, so if you get it for like I think it's like $20 right now, maybe less. We can all play. Or actually no, it's only 2 players at a time. So yeah.
Lol.
I recommend it if you like. It's like a pretty peaceful and relaxing game for the most part, unless you know the freaking greed is coming at you and you lose your crown, and then you have to restart, quote unquote
Right.
restart.
Well, sure, her.
No,
On
That's
each
plenty.
game save, whatever lands you've conquered stays conquered, but if you get your crown stolen, you respawn as a new king, but all that land's still there and it's yours again. So it's kind of like I don't really know. It's like you could lose your crown, which is not recommended, duh. But you can lose your crown, but essentially there's not a lot of repercussions for it.
Right.
And I didn't notice that till recently. And at one point I was like, man, why do I have less land than I remember? And then I realized I actually made 2 game saves. Because the first time I lost my crown on my first game save, I was like, dang it, I ruined this game. So I was like, I'm gonna start a new one. I don't like this one. Well, actually, that one was the medieval knights one, and I didn't even get very far. And then I started a new one. I was like, oh, cool, the Japanese looks cool. So I just did it.
Wait.
Or the Japan one. You know, you got all these things, and each island you go to, I don't know how many islands you can get.
And it's
But
unbelievable
you
what you
conquer-
can do with
once
just
you,
your
like-
fists. That being said,
You don't even have to
What
fully
life
conquer
does
one
not
island to move to the
hesitate
next. You just gotta like
exterminate other life,
get yourself
no
pretty
matter
secured
how
and then
weak
build a
or how
boat.
strong.
While you're
don't
gone,
know.
it's so as the days
Know
pass, there is a
this.
day and night
I'm
cycle
afraid
in the
we
game.
can't do-
Then
The
show
day and night
me.
cycle doesn't
In
progress
turn,
while you're outside. Like if you shut down the game, it doesn't
I
progress,
offer you a
thankfully.
glimpse of the
But
abyss.
while you're on a different island, that day and night cycle
God,
progresses
what
on the
thousand
other islands as
deaths.
well. So say your walls aren't very fortified on your first island and you've moved to your second one, and the greed come after it right before you leave to go to your second island, give it a day or two and your walls will be done. Like your whole, like whatever you built will probably be destroyed by that
Blow
point.
a thousand
So,
blows as one.
Yeah,
Master your
I've
craft,
learned
and it
that
shall be
mistake
within
because
your
I'll always come back
grasp.
to like, why am I missing like 15 walls and like all these villagers are like beaten
As the
down
weight of
and
my fists
all
brought
this
to
stuff. And it's like,
killing
oh,
intent
they
within
keep
you.
spawning in
Hunter.
even when you're gone. Great. But yeah, I don't think there's a limit on how many islands you can get. You just keep playing and playing, and it's pretty cool. You're just building this massive system of like different islands with your established town hall, temple, whatever you want to call it, and
true strength
you know.
open to you.
Yep. The whole basis is like, what's it called?
Begone.
To
If you would ask me
build,
to stay these
conquer.
fists, make me a
Wait,
show
no.
of your power.
I'm saying that wrong. Let's see. Explore,
Speak to me then,
build
and no sooner.
something, and conquer. It says that every time you move to a new piece of land. So, yeah.
Word.
Yes.
I feel like I'm rambling too much. My bad.
No, dude, I'm chilling.
I'm happy to help in
Big
writing.
hanging.
But
Understood.
I'm hanging out.
bet.
Oh god. Ugh.
Has it been raining at all
Am I
up there in
imagining,
Tuscaloosa?
or-
Nah.
or are you
Dang.
not quite yourself?
I was just slipping by.
True
I know it's
strength
raining.
can only be
think it might
obtained
be
in a
raining
fight with
upwards
your
in-
very life on the line.
Such intensity
Huh?
and
Come
I know.
on.
Oh, that's
The
south.
battles to the
From like central Alabama down
Very.
south to like Montgomery and Prattville. I know it was raining there. I keep a radar out. I have a thing set up on my weather app for like the radars out there, and it gives me notified on when there's thunderstorms approaching. And I've been getting so many like thunderstorm approaching in Prattville. I'm like, oh, cool. Guess the storm's moving west to east, and it's only going at certain places. What sucks, it's supposed to be raining next week in Gulf Shores, but I'm not quite, I can't quite remember what days it's supposed to be raining down there. But I've heard Jack say that they're gonna probably all be playing their Nintendo Switches, PS5s, and Switch 2s, because apparently it's coming out soon, I guess. I don't actually know when. I don't know. Are you getting it?
Getting what? Sorry, excuse me.
The Switch 2, sorry.
No.
I thought you were gonna get your aunt and uncle to get it for you or something.
They gave me $200, but I wanted to use it on other things. It's one of those
Okay.
things where I'm like, maybe I'll get it. Maybe I won't. Not
Yeah,
not
fair.
anytime soon.
No. Nah, that $200 would have barely covered half of that Switch 2.
Yeah, so I'm just not gonna get it.
Yeah, fair. No, I'm gonna, I don't know. Like, if they're gonna sell it in stores, I know Jack and them are probably getting it. They probably pre-ordered them, to be honest. But they're getting it like the day of launch. And if I check it out and it seems to play good, it's gonna take a lot of convincing for me to buy a $500 console. Although I'm bad at, well, I'm getting better, but I'm usually bad at like spontaneous vending.
Right.
So there could be the wrong trigger there, or the right, depending on how you look at it, and it'll be like, okay, cool, you're gonna buy this now, and there's nothing else gonna stop you.
Right.
But I'm mentally fortifying myself to not buy it, even if it looks really good. I'm like, nope, I'm saving for other things. But yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm just gonna... Ow. I'm gonna, wait.
You're gonna wait.
I'm gonna wait
Yeah.
for like a while, too.
Mostly it's the cost, and also I wasn't really in the whole scene of like the Switch when it first came out, the original Switch, but I've now heard that apparently there were a lot of bugs with the original Switch.
Yeah, it was
I know the
really
battery
bad on
life was
release,
god-awful.
so...
Yeah,
just
I don't
not
really know
gonna
how that worked
gamble.
out. I do know that there were a lot of bugs on it. Or not bugs, well, I know the battery life was god-awful, and there might have been some bugs. And then they gave it a couple of months, and maybe they fixed it. I don't remember what happened, because I wasn't in the scene. I do remember when the Switch Lite came out. I was like, cool, cool. So the Switch is what, $300? So they made a console, a small version. It's gotta be what, 50, 80 bucks? Looked at it, it was freaking like $200. I'm like,
50 or
well,
80
might as
bucks?
well
You were
just-
the, what the fuck?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
I didn't know how much consoles cost. At that time, I thought games are $20, and I thought a console cost like. Now, I thought actually, I didn't really know if the Switch cost that much even. I thought it was like maybe $200. Maybe. I didn't know. I didn't know. I never bought a console. I didn't even know how much my 3DS. I still don't know how much my 3DS cost. Let's see. No, my 2DS. I had two of them. I had a DS when I first came here. Still don't know how much that cost either. After my dad died, a family friend bought me a 3DS XL, which I don't know. Back then, it might have been $300 now that I think about it. But at the time, I didn't know. I thought it was cheap.
Yeah, no, not at all.
But around that time, I was like, oh, 3DS probably costs $100, $200. I think the 2DS might have been 200 something bucks actually. I don't know if I misremember, but I might have seen the price tag when I was looking at it at Walmart at one point. But I was like, oh, Switch. I was like, it might be $80. I might, maybe ask Rob to get it. And then I looked it up, and I was like, $200? Nope. And literally, the first thought I think that hit me was like, you might as well just get a regular Switch, which is another $100. So I know for a fact my mom ain't gonna buy either one of these for me. And then I caught the best luck ever when I got my first job working as a freaking nurse's assistant at the time it was 2020. It was like a COVID testing clinic for Taylorville Family Medicine. You ever been to like the Hillcrest area of Tuscaloosa?
Maybe.
Okay. Around there, I think they call it Taylorville or something. And there was this medical place, like a medical chain. They got like their own family medicine practice and stuff. And there's one branch at Bear Creek called Taylorville Family Medicine at Bear Creek, and it was where they did their COVID tests. They did other stuff too, I think, but I can't remember what else they were doing. But I was the one running their test results back and forth, and like the first week I was there, a coworker, I think she was in college at that point, she was like, I think me and her got a talking, and she was like, you like games? I'm like, sure. I'm a little Nintendo, barely playing anything right now. I think I got a PS4. She goes, my little nephew's got this little Switch Lite. And he doesn't use it because his family also just got him a Switch, so he plays that. It's barely been used. It's got this, I don't know what else it came with. I can't remember. I think I bought the case that I eventually got on it myself. I just went to Walmart and bought it that night or something. But she was like, yeah, you want it? I'm like, sure. How much you want it for? She goes, like $80.
Bruh.
Which, yeah, I was like, shoot, that's perfect. That's exactly what I thought it's supposed to be. She goes, how much did that cost? I was like, don't worry about it. I'll take it for 80. She goes, oh, cool. She goes, cool. And like the week after, because it was a bi-weekly paycheck thing, I met her outside work one night because she was off that day. She came out with the Switch. I gave her $80 for my first paycheck. And I was just like, okay, good deal. Went to Walmart, got the case, and then set it up that night and started playing it. And it was like, let's see, I think the first few games I got was, I know I got Three Houses almost immediately because that was the one that I was really interested in playing at the time.
Right.
I know early on after Three Houses I had gotten Monster Hunter Generations Ultimate. Because I know I wanted that game badly as well, because at that point I only played Generations. I was like, what's the next game? Oh, sure, I got a PS4, but how am I going to play Monster Hunter World on it when I don't even have PS Plus, because I don't want to pay for that crap?
Yeah.
In hindsight, $70 a year at that time was a lot of money for me. Currently, it's just a drop in the bucket. It's not that bad. Which Switch Online is a freaking amazing deal. You only have to pay like $20 for a year.
Yeah.
But I was like, oh, Switch Online, $20 a year? At that time, it's basically like my PlayStation now. It's like, oh yeah, it's a drop in the bucket, essentially. I was like, I get it, for a whole year. And then got some games, and got Generations, which I was on sale at the time. Generations Ultimate was like freaking $17. I'm like, oh, okay, what a steal. First game of Three Houses was like $60. I'm like, I kind of expected that. Games are expensive, right? Because I was looking at the games that are on there. I'm like, man, $60, $60, $70. But I know I didn't get Breath of the Wild until senior year, so like a year and a half later. I bought Mario Kart, a physical copy, sometime in between then. It wasn't one of the first I bought. Man, it's hard to remember what the first few games I got. Oh! But no, I didn't get Smash Bros. Till later either. Never mind.
You should still play Smash with us, by the way.
I know. Yeah, I just need to get over the fact that y'all don't, well, compete. Well, the way Colin was talking about freaking Guilty Gear, it sounded like y'all are pretty competitive with it. I guess.
Colin.
And I was just like,
with it.
all it is, and I'm just like, well, I don't know. They're pretty competitive with that game. I'm not gonna be with freaking Smash when back in high school and middle school, that's all everyone was competitive about. Was like, who's your Smash man? You wanna play Smash? I'm gonna whoop your ass or something. Like, dang, okay, cool.
Why'd you
And it's not like that was. Oh, great, thanks. Okay, yeah, I'm most likely gonna get my ass whooped. But I am one of those players, which you got like those two kinds of players for Smash. You got the skilled players who take time to study the controls and stuff, and then you got the ones who just spontaneously spam buttons hoping that it'll do some kind of combo. In between, it used to be not a spammer. I knew what a spammer was because you just side B all the time. I'm like, no, I don't want to do that. That seems cheap. So I would try to do like up B, side B, down B, and then pretty soon after I started playing, this is the 3DS Smash buttons. Someone taught me, hey, you can use your A button too. It's like up A, charge side A, and stuff like that. And I started hitting that punching bag, and I was like, oh, cool. I practiced, and I was like, oh, I get a couple of combos off. But then I realized I'm just hitting a non-moving target, and I'm getting these combos off. This is not gonna work on my face, even an NPC, let alone a player. So I was like, I suck at this game, and I'm not putting in that much effort to practice, except for just a little bit of, oh yeah, practice this and this. And playing it against some people sometimes, I'm like, oh, I'm doing okay. But the only good like time I've ever played Smash Bros was when Jack, Randy, and I went up to West Virginia. And on the way there, we went to his aunt's uncle's house. I mean, I think it's his uncle. I think it's his mom's brother. But his uncle's house. I don't remember what state this was. I just remember we stopped in the middle of the route, and we had the only night we stayed there, we played Smash Bros. Me, Jack, and his cousin.
Yeah.
I think his uncle played too.
Sir.
And somehow, some way, I was whooping their asses for a couple of matches. And I honestly don't even remember who I was playing as. I think I was Captain Falcon at one point, but outside of that, I was just some random character. So I'm like, oh, in my head, I'm like, I still suck at this game. But somehow, this little thought of, I might actually be good creeped in. But I was like, no, keep yourself humble. You're not good at this game. You're just pressing these buttons and getting lucky because they're caught lacking. And they were like, it's like, I forgot his name. But the kid and Jack are like, come on. Or he told Jack, he's like, come on, you gotta get him. Kick his butt. And Jack is like, I'm trying. I was just like, no, I can't. And I just kick him out. And he was like, dang, we're gonna get you next time. I'm like, okay. And then they're like, no, let's play Mario Kart. And then Jack proceeded to whip my ass in Mario Kart, which, surprise,
Nice.
surprise, he's really good at Mario Kart. I thought I was good. I'm decent, but like if you can compete in 200cc, no problem. Well, no, not no problem. He struggled with it, but if you can get freaking gold trophies on 200cc, and I'm here like I can play like 150 and mirror okay. Like it's not like they're competing with me on 150 and mirror. It's essentially like I leave them pretty well in the dust, and I'm just kind of like okay. And every now and then they'll catch up. Outside of that, I used to struggle with it, but I got enough practice to where 150 is okay for me. But I tried 200cc one time, and I got like 8th place. And I was like, nope. I'm gonna not do that. But Jack's out here told me he's completed 200cc on Mario Kart 8 and like got
I
gold
also
crown on every
completed
map.
200,
I'm
yeah.
like, I figured. I'm just like, yeah, okay, freaking overachievers. I mean, I got 2nd place. The kid got like 3rd. He might even beat me a couple of times, but Jack always got first. Oh wait, I think I might have beaten Jack once, maybe once. But still, it's kind of rare, but you know. I was like, yeah, so we know where our domains, our skill, where our skills lie in this gaming industry. So yeah, But yeah, that's my experience with Smash. Some playing around in middle school, doing a little bit of story mode, and whenever I got my Switch Lite back in 10th grade. And that's it. And that recent excursion, that was it. But yeah, sure, I'll play. I've actually, I've never done online multiplayer with Smash. That might be another reason I'm skeptical on playing it, because I played like Mario Kart online before, and it was so glitchy. Like I had people just like glitching onto the track at random at times. I'm like, what the hell is going on? Just like, yeah, I'm not too trusting of playing against people online in terms of Switch games, except for GU. I played GU with a bunch of folks online, and that was that. But in terms of playing against people on the Switch online, I didn't do it much at all. But yeah, how does it play? Like Smash Online?
I mean, the same as Smash multiplayer does normally.
Oh, okay. So not a lot of like lags and glitches and stuff like that, no?
I mean, if you have a stable internet connection, should be good.
Okay. Alright. Well, shoot, that makes me think of like what kind of internet connection did I have when I tried Mario Kart Online? Might have been a hotel. Oh my gosh, I think it was a hotel internet. That makes sense. That makes so much sense. I didn't even think about that. I mean, I was freaking 16? Yeah, I barely knew anything about internets back then. Heck, it was just about a year ago when I learned that there's multiple different types of, what do they call it, NAT types?
Yes.
You're technical, you know NAT types, and I didn't realize, well, I think I kind of got it. There's 3, or is there 4 NAT types?
What are you talking about, first of all?
Internet connections.
Yeah, I know
like
what internet.
I don't know what NAT even stands for, but I do know that Type 2, or it was either Type 2 or Type 3 is what hotel internets have. And like Type 4, I believe, was like the best one there is, unless I have that backwards. You don't know what I'm talking about?
I don't.
I have to. Like you pull up internet connection on your PS5, and you go to like internet details or like connection details.
Well, because I
and you
have
scroll down,
NAT
you'll
type
see.
1.
Oh, maybe maybe I have it backwards then. Maybe it's like NAT types 2 or 3 is what hotels have, and NAT type 1 is like the best one.
Cause let's see. PlayStation works on 1 or 2, and then Nintendo works on A or B, and then there's the situational C, which is not good because that means your connection sucks dick.
They should have made it Type D then. No, I'm playing. Dang. Yeah. Yeah, but I can tell you, hotel internet is Type 2 or Type 3 NAT type. And I remember at the hotel we were staying at where I learned this, it was a Hilton, Doubletree Hilton. And at one point there was no internet. They shut down the internet because they were doing some troubleshooting or whatnot, and they had to fix it. And we got a new internet connection, which the old one wasn't the worst, but it was still like pretty crappy. It was where This is when Jack was watching me play Undertale, and he would cut out every now and then in terms of audio. And he said I would cut out, and we'd have to repeat his stuff a bunch of times. And we got the new internet, and I'm like, okay, please, because we had to use our hotspots for a minute. And I drained mine down in like 2 days of playing. And I was like, okay, but this internet better come back. And it came back after like another day, and I basically had to play like games by myself for another day because I didn't want to use my hotspot again. We had no internet.
Right.
When it came back, it was a new internet connection. The old one was gone, and we're like, "Oh, please be a better NAT type." It was the same NAT type, which it worked. I guess it worked better. It was less glitchy, but it was still there. But the NAT type was pretty much the same, and we were just like, "Dang it, should have been the better one." But I mean, it's a hotel. I mean, what you expect? They're not gonna have top tier internet connections for everyone. That would be hella expensive.
Right.
I would assume. I don't know how internets work, so.
Uh, okay. Do you know what a LAN cable is?
Oh yeah, LAN. I don't know what it stands for, but yeah, that's usually what you hook up your TV to, right?
No.
Like your if
You're
you're getting
thinking of a
live
cable
television.
cord. So a LAN cord goes straight into your devices, like your PlayStation or your PC or anything, and it's wired internet, so it goes straight into essentially it's a direct connection instead of a wireless connection, which makes it more stable. So I have all
Is
of
there
my
a way to
consoles
connect?
on LAN ports.
So you can. Oh jeez, how close is your PS5 to your internet router?
Well, with my apartment, it's just that we have LAN ports on the walls. So I don't know where the
Oh,
router
sick.
is.
That's cool. You have all your consoles hooked up to that LAN port, or you have a LAN port for every one of them?
So I have 2 LAN ports in this room, and I have my PlayStation connected to a LAN port on the opposite side of
And
the
your
room
PC.
through a really long cable that I bought. And then
Oh, okay, yeah.
my Switch is on one that's like right next to it, so I have a short one.
Yeah, I wouldn't be able to do that anywhere, like, because the LAN internet router at
Oh, you're heading into a dead zone, bro.
through the hole in the floor, or it just won't work. Wireless is the only way I can use it. But so it's really good internet then, right?
Can you repeat that again?
It's just really good internet then, right? When you have a LAN cable straight into your like device.
Yeah, I mean, as long as it's good, like a good internet provider, yeah.
Okay. I do know you had internet troubles. That was because of the storm, right?
It's because
So it's not
something
like
was
a-
wrong with the port itself. But they just
Oh, okay.
reset it essentially by
Cool.
messing around with a box that's in the wall. So
Oh, interesting.
yeah, they had to send a
Yeah,
technician
no, I had
out 'cause
heard
I
of
don't know how to
LAN
deal with that.
cables. Yeah, I had heard of LAN cables before. I just never really knew what it was. I remember seeing it on our like routers my whole life. They just say LAN, and like that's my Chinese name. Is the funniest thing. My Chinese like my surname is Lan, and I used to think like, oh wow, they named a part of the internet after me. Cool.
Wow.
No, legit. I see LAN. I'm like, oh wow, my name's on there. Nice. And I've never told anyone that. It's just this thought in the back of my head, like, cool, that's there. But yeah, I'm gonna pass this hobo.
Yeah, I would just recommend getting that.
Yeah, if I could, I would love to, but unfortunately, my routers. Well, okay, anywhere I've lived, there's not just a LAN cable sticking out of the wall, and the router, the internet like router is always far away from where I would be. Unless this isn't my house, but the router is close to the TV, very close. In fact, right next to the TV, the giant 70-some inch screen TV we have upstairs, which is the TV that her parents uses a lot to watch TV. In fact, it's the only TV they watch, unless they're in their bedroom at night or something. But that TV we used to play Mario Kart on. Could you hook up LAN to a Switch, Doc?
Yep.
No? Oh, sick. Okay, well, we probably could have done that too. It's not like we needed it. We didn't play any online stuff. We only played Mario Kart on the dock upstairs whenever we had folks over and we played Mario Kart. But, if I had my own place and I had it set up like that, I would put my PS5 in the living room and connect it to a LAN cable to the internet router. That would be nice. Although, how much more? So it's just a better, more stable connection with the internet?
Yeah.
Because I've never personally had that much problem. Like, I've never played a game that required a very secure internet connection. It's always been okay. It's never been that big of a problem. Well, never mind. I take that back. Because Ray Dow glitching and freezing in the middle of the air. That's actually pretty concerning. So I take that back. Yeah, that happens. But besides that, everything's chill.
Word. Yeah,
But I'll
no,
definitely keep a eye out on that.
I just like having an extra secure connection.
Yeah, yeah. Just in case.
Especially for the Switch. The Switch is weird. With
Yeah.
like connections and stuff. So I would just,
Well,
you know.
so the LAN cable connects to the dock, I'm assuming?
Yeah, the dock, not the actual. You
So
can't
if you're
do it
just
straight
playing
into
the Switch on the Switch, there's no way to connect the LAN to the Switch.
Correct.
That's concerning, because that's about the only way I play my Switch. Otherwise, I'd be carrying my little lunchbox of a case that would hold my dock and all the cables everywhere. I'll have to take that with me everywhere if I was playing off the dock. Well, yeah. No, I just take only my Switch everywhere. I used to take this is like lunchbox looking case that takes your dock, it takes a bunch of cables, you can carry all your little controller straps and your the thing that you plug both your controllers in, and it's like, you know, I don't know what it's called. They call it, I don't remember, but then you have this extra little case on top that you can either put on this lunchbox or take off the lunchbox, connected by Velcro, and that's the actual place where you house your Switch console itself. It's a two-part like lunchbox thing. The main big part is for the dock, and the top part for the Switch, and it's actually pretty neat. But it's still that it's, I call it lunchbox because everyone I was talking with it, like when I had it, I was talking with, when I came back with it from like a trip I had a couple of years ago, they were all like, man, that's a nice lunchbox you got. I'm like, thanks, it's for my Switch. And they're like, oh, cool. I just kept calling it lunchbox after that because it really just looks like a lunchbox I would have carried in high school. And if I never had a Switch and I just had that thing, I would probably put my lunch in there. It's pretty spacious. It's got dividers in it too. You can like have a compartment inside. You can like, it's like a three-fold. It's like a little divider with three folds in it and Velcro on either end. And you could put like a space where you put your dock, and you can have another section where you put your cables to keep it all divided.
Mhm.
It's really neat. I think I got it for like maybe 40, 50 bucks. But yeah, it was worth it because it was like on that same day was when I first bought my Switch and OLED. I also got Metroid Dread that day for some stupid reason because I was like, I was looking for a game that I
Dread
never
is
played.
fucking great.
I played for like 20 minutes and I got sick of it. I was like, great, 2D, I don't really like it.
Bruh.
I wasn't expecting it. I didn't know how. I've never played a Metroid game before.
It's a Metroidvania, bro. That shit's gas.
Yeah. Well, what else is a Metroidvania game? I know Hollow Knight, the one you played, that's a Metroidvania game, yeah?
Yes.
I know Shovel Knight is a Metroidvania game. What else? Oh, wait, Kingdom 2 Crowns is technically what you would call a Metroidvania game too then, I guess. Because it's like a 2D move left to right kind of game,
That's not how that works.
right?
No.
Oh.
So a Metroidvania
Wait, how
means
does
like
that
there's a lot of exploration, right? But you run into areas that you can't access until you find something like a mobility option or some sort of ability in the future.
Terraria?
No.
Okay. Well, then I don't really know a lot of games that would qualify as a Metroidvania game. But, I mean, I had gotten Metroid Dread that same day. I had about $500 to spend, so I was just like, screw it. I'm just gonna spend my money. And,
Bro
got a
does
Switch,
not know how to
Lunchbox,
save.
Metroid Dread. Hey, I was freaking 18 and I just graduated high school. I'm like, you know, I was going through a bit of a rough patch too. It's a long story, but essentially my life plans had fully done a 180 and I was not knowing how to reel in from that. But I was just like, this will make me happy because I had nothing better to do.
Sure.
Got that, and then I bought Shin Megami Tensei 5, which was actually pretty cheap. I was running near the end because Metroid was like $60. I'm like, great, I'll buy 60. I was like, I remember. I was gonna get a Switch, a case, and 2 games. One expensive one and one sort of expensive one.
Sure.
I was looking at the games they had. Of all the games that they had that I didn't have, Metroid Dread was like, this is the only one here that I would play that I do not currently own. So I got the physical copy. And then I looked at the cheaper games, like $30, $20. I'm like, what do I want or what do I know about that I might be interested in? I was like, oh, not into that. And then I was like, ooh, Shin Megami Tensei. And I was like, oh, Jack used to talk about that a lot back in middle school and high school. And he talked about Persona 2, but I didn't remember that as much as he played Shin Megami Tensei, which is essentially the same game. But
Not
I was like,
really,
cool,
but
it's the 5th one. They had 4 and 3 as well. Wait, you said not really?
They're all right. I get what you're saying. They're different.
Persona's a spinoff,
Yes.
technically.
It's so funny
Yeah.
because the spin-off got more popular than the main line. But yeah.
Right, yeah. It originally, for the first 2 games, I think it was SMT, or it was like a Shin Megami Tensei's Persona or something like that.
Yeah.
It would actually say SMT on there, and I was just like, oh, interesting. Which, it was weird when I got Persona 5, Shin Megami Tensei 5. I was like, why does this all seem so familiar? Like Agni and you know and all these like elemental damages and stuff like this seems familiar. And then I remember when Jack was talking about SNT a lot back in high school, I'd gotten the mobile game to understand more about what it was because I think he had it too. It was a mobile game. I can't remember what it might just be called SNT something, but I played it for like a solid 3 or 4 months, and it was good. I don't know, that was really back in my heavy mobile games days, and not really the most fond of those memories anymore because I waste a lot of time on those games. And it's kind of the reason I'm still like, I got this like mental attachment to my phone by just like subconsciously always going straight to looking at reels on Instagram. And I'm trying to break it, but I think it stems from all those days back in like the younger days where I would just play a bunch of random crappy mobile games all the time. Some are good, some are bad, some are memorable but also bad, but it was all, it's all up there. And SNT was one of those games, and I was just like, cool, I got experience. So I played some Persona or SNT 5, and I got to a certain point where there's this boss that I couldn't really beat. And at this point, with some Persona knowledge, maybe I might be able to beat it. But then again, it's been so long, I couldn't care less. They do have that one DLC for SNT 5, Vengeance. And I heard that was pretty popular when it came out like a year ago, but I was like, I haven't even finished the main game. Not gonna blow $30 on this, not yet.
Sure.
So, yeah. Have you played any SNT games or just Persona?
Oh god, have I? I think I've played a little bit of SMT 5. Otherwise, I haven't really touched SMT.
Fair. I don't think a lot of people would have. Yeah, spin-offs becoming more popular than the main game. It's like, oh man, I know another one that's done that. Oh, I guess this counts. Like, so I learned this a while ago, like a year ago, that League of Legends wasn't actually an original game. Like, they modded another game, and it eventually came to be known as League of Legends. You know what I'm talking about? I don't remember. It was I don't know, it was some game that was similar to it. And a bunch of people modded that game, and eventually they created their own lore, and then it became League of Legends. And the same thing happened with like World of Warcraft, or someone modded World of Warcraft, and it became another game that's very popular now.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I just don't remember the names for some reason.
Yeah, me neither, but it's like, it's definitely a thing. And no, those aren't exactly like a spin-off that became more popular. It's more of someone tweaked the game and that became just as if not more popular. I guess they're close enough, but still, I know League of Legends will probably forever be hella popular, and because every Asian just loves it. I know I loved it. I probably would play it still, but don't have
I
a computer.
will not.
Well, I have my laptop, but
I will
why
not.
not?
I don't want to.
Fun. It's pretty fun. No, I played it on the mobile port a while ago, and I did pick up the PC version in later years of high school. But my computer completely ate dirt and just decided to stop working after like a few months of using it. Granted, I was using it a lot for school, like Zoom calls and stuff like that back in like 2020, and it was a really old PC, so I see why it freaking crashed. And it was also just a built-in monitor PC. It didn't have like a whole like big box for the PC. It was like the monitor was the PC.
Right.
So, yeah, it was neat because I was like, at that point, I had heard of like PC and how they worked, and I had seen a couple of them. I'd seen Jack's PC set. I'm like, cool. And then my mom gave me that PC. I'm like, okay, so where's the big box? She goes, what do you mean? I was like, yeah, there's usually a big box. She goes, oh no, this isn't like those. This is the computer. I'm like, oh, okay. Well, I kind of wish I had the big box because that sucker was crap.
Right.
It didn't run well. I mean, I'm like, I don't know if they make those anymore. They might make them better these days, but I can see why they would have discontinued them if they had discontinued them, because that sucker did not work well. And well, at the very least, it didn't last that long, because it was like probably. I actually don't know how long we had that thing for. It might have been 5 years, which actually, in hindsight, is a pretty long time. But I remember for most of those years, it was pretty slow. It was the same computer I had tried to play Minecraft on, and it was like 1 frame per second. And I think I tried to play Fortnite on it at one point as well when I was trying to see what all the hype was about. Not only was that also 1 frame per second, it was also like the background textures were not loaded in properly. So like there's no texture. It was just rounded, smooth edges. You know what I'm talking about? Like where it was so ugly. I'm like, this isn't. I know this isn't the game's fault. This is my computer's fault. But this sucks. I just stopped. I'm like, if a free game like that plays that bad on this computer, I'm just gonna give up. And I think not deleting all those games is the reason my computer continued to run like crap. Except for freaking Among Us, which somehow worked okay. And I don't get it. And I don't know how. I also can't remember if I stayed on the computer with Among Us or did I play the mobile. I might have played was there a mobile version? I can't remember if it was a Switch or mobile version that I also played. I think I played either the mobile or Switch version as well, on top of playing on the computer every now and then. But it was just like, eventually that became the only game I played on that crappy little PC, because every other game sucked ass on it.
Right.
And I just remember very fondly, just in the middle of like science, or was it biology? No, it was physics. Physics classes, our teacher would be freaking boring as heck and wouldn't even teach, and all of us would just hop on Among Us while keeping our cameras on and just be playing. And every now and then the teacher would be like, what are y'all doing? And we're all just like, oh, just looking at our notes. And she's like, oh, okay. She wouldn't suspect a thing, and no one ever snitched, thankfully. But I was like, whew, we got away with that. It was fun. That's why I have very fond memories of COVID, honestly. I remember just being able to wake up later, have 3 hours of classes, do some homework, and then just chill. And even though the rest of the world was freaking suffering, I'm like, oh, I'm vibing. Yeah. Y'all have fun out there. How was your experience with COVID? I actually
Oh, I was
Never
chilling.
had.
I was actually doing great.
Oh, that was your junior year, wasn't it?
Yeah, not sophomore, junior and senior year. Yeah.
It was like March. When did y'all shut down school? Was it March of 2020 or was it before that?
March.
Okay, I guess it was everyone.
Well, yeah.
It just
I mean,
felt like a
pandemics-
zombie
The
apocalypse.
pandemic
Yeah.
started at the same time for everybody.
Oh, really? Oh, I thought it started different times for different states or something. Like some folks were still in school in April or something.
No, people shut down everywhere.
Damn. Cool. Yeah, no, I didn't realize that. Which then again, I never really talked to anyone outside of Alabama about how their COVID experience started. It's like people in freaking The Walking Dead. I was like, where were you on the day the zombie apocalypse broke out or something like that? And what were you up to?
I remember one of the
Like-
last things one of my teachers said. I was like, "What are the chances of this actually like shutting things down?" And they're like, super low. I doubt it's gonna happen." And then
Oh my
everything,
gosh.
the world stopped.
Yeah, the day the world stood still. Or wait, that's a movie. I know there's a movie called The Day the World. You might not know what I'm talking about. It's
Alright,
it's
I
a
don't.
original like 1970s or 60s movie about an alien. And oh crap, now I can't remember. There's something to do with aliens and like aliens invading the world. It's called The Day the World Stood Still, I think. Something to do with standing still or stop spinning. I honestly am not sure about the specifics. But they did a remake of it in like the 2010s with Keanu Reeves. And it was pretty cool. I watched the remake. I didn't watch the original. The original I think was black and white. But yeah. But yeah, it's basically the day that the world stood still. It was that day in March. No, but it was funny because around the same week, like the weekend COVID shut everything down. That week, I planned to go on a trip to New Orleans with a community and some friends, and they had this trip planned out. The church was covering it. We're all gonna go to New Orleans. It was gonna be great. I'd never been. They were talking about Mardi Gras. I'm like, cool. I don't know what the hell that is, but let's go. You know, and like come Wednesday, they shut down the trip because, oh no, this little thing called the COVID has stopped travels. And I'm like, oh no. Because at that point, we had a track meet that weekend, and I was like, great, this is my chance to get out of this track meet that I don't want to go to because this like place, I think it was Winfield City, it sucked because last year it had rained so bad. We shut down half the day because we couldn't run while it was pouring down. And then when we did run, not only was it like freaking wet everywhere, it was also sunny now. So it was humid, wet, and hot all at the same time. Our feet were getting soaked from the puddles on the track, and I was suffocating because it was freaking humid as hell, and it was 85 degrees at this point. And I did not have a good impression of it. And I was like, yay, glad I don't have to go come Wednesday. My coach was like, oh, looks like your New Orleans trip shut down. Guess you got to come run with us now. I'm like, yay, so excited. And then another day goes by. She goes, oh, well, the meet's canceled. I'm like, oh no, what a nightmare. And then they said, oh, I guess you don't have to come back. This is the week of spring break. That's what it was. It was the week of spring break, or the week before spring break, because this was going to be a New Orleans trip during spring break. And most of us were like, we got spring break this week. Who wants to go run a track meet? And we had like all of 3 or 4 people that were actually going to go because they didn't have any trips to go on. And they, you know, were actually kind of wanting to go participate in the meet. And I was just like, well, I guess I could go now, but I kind of didn't want to go. But my coach is saying I got no choice, so I guess I'll go.
Sure.
And then they're saying, oh, not only do we have no meet, we don't have school. And I was conflicted. I was like, I should be happy, but at the same time, I kind of want to compete in other meets later on. And now I'm learning that all is canceled because the entirety of school is now canceled. But
Dude,
then
that
I
shit's
heard,
awesome.
oh, yeah, no school. I was like, hell yeah, no, this is the best year of my life. I, along with like 10 of my classmates, were secretly talking about how we were hoping this lasts for the next 2 years of school.
Well,
Because we're like,
it kind of did.
well, not for us, because like this was the latter half of our sophomore year. Starting junior year, we were back in classrooms full 8 hours of the day.
Hell no.
Or wait, no, 7 hours, 7.5, something like that. It was 8 o'clock, 8:05 when classes started, and it ends at 3:05. So I guess that's 7 hours. Might even be 6 when you take out like a 45-minute hour lunch that we had. But
I think mine was
regardless, it was
8 hours.
Did y'all go from 7 to 3?
9 hours then.
6 to 3? 7 to 4? What?
7 to 4.
Damn. Wait, that's all for school?
Yeah.
Not including extracurricular activities like sports
I did not
and
do
band and stuff?
extracurriculars. You couldn't have. paid
No,
me
I
to.
know. Well, I didn't. Wait, you didn't do any?
No.
No plays, no musicals?
Nope. Surprisingly not.
You were, wait, I thought you were in musicals. There's that, oh, I know Colin is. Never mind. I
No.
thought you were too. Never mind.
She wasn't either.
Wait, what? Whoa. Okay.
Neither of us
Okay.
participated in literally anything.
What? Oh, dude. Oh, gosh. Okay, never mind.
See, my
Well, dang,
mindset
8
back
hours.
then was, yeah, I'm going to just do my schoolwork, what I'm required to, and then do my own thing, which means I'm gonna play video
Joe?
games all the rest of the time because
Oh
you
my
could not pay me
gosh.
to be at school for longer than I needed to be. And I stand by that.
Yeah, yeah. No, I get that.
I think the only thing I regret really is that I didn't join something music related, like, I don't know, learn how to play an instrument or
Do you
Like-
sing?
yeah, I used to be in chorus and stuff, and people would beg me to come back, and I was like, no.
Choir? You said chorus, like what do you mean, like a choir?
Yeah.
Oh, sick. Do you know what you sing, like soprano, alto, or tenor?
I don't remember. It's been a while.
Yeah. Dang, 8 hours of school. That sounds awful.
Yeah, it was so.
And that's outside
great.
of extracurricular activities. Holy crap. No, but our school during COVID was just, you don't have to, classes start at, I believe, 10 o'clock. And you get off of class at like 1. So it's like 4 or 5 hours, and in between there you take a little lunch. And then you got to get on this certain Zoom call at like this time or something. They had a whole schedule written out. And I looked at it and I was like, this can't possibly be real. And I was like, well, track season's over for the year, but I got cross country next year to look forward to. So I was like, I got to do something. So I was like, great, I'll go for like an hour run every morning, wake up at like 7, run over and run back in an hour. Because we had this community college literally down the road from our house. Like you could walk there in like 10 minutes. And I would just put that as a part of my hour run there, stop there, and then walk back for a little cool down. And then by the time I get back, it wouldn't even be 8:30. Just get a quick shower, have some time to eat breakfast and still chill, and then get in class. And even during class, it was just like, you barely do anything. It's supposed to be like a 45-minute hour class, but they get on the call, tell you essentially what you need to know in 10 minutes, give you your notes in like PDF or no, it's like they give you your notes in like document formats and stuff. You just be and paste it to like a Word document and just keep that. And you have to rest the other 30 minutes to do some work. And I remember I would get on class after 20 minutes, get off of class, get our homework sent to us right away, and do that in like 10 minutes and just do like next to nothing for about the next 20 minutes before the next class starts. Like, there was not a single part of it that was hard. Not that I can remember. Even tests. Now, I didn't ever cheat. You know, you were given the option to like, you know, you can technically, I think they said look at notes. I don't know. I actually can't remember if they said don't look at your notes, even though we can't see you, or they said you can look at your notes. I don't remember, but I do remember just like not bothering with it, still kind of keeping it like I have a test coming up. I'm gonna study for it, and I'm treating this as an actual test, and it was still pretty easy. I don't remember getting anything below a B, and I maybe even only had like 1 or 2 Bs that the rest of that school year, but still. Yeah, it was fun.
Cool.
Yeah. How was yours when COVID hit? Your online classes?
Oh, it was easy as shit.
Similar or different?
Well, some of them just gave up doing the curriculum because nobody understood how to do online courses. So I just chilled and played games.
Wait,
and even if it was
y'all
like
didn't have-
online courses, I just chilled and played games while they were doing lectures.
Y'all, what was y'all's online courses? Wasn't that on Zoom calls and stuff?
Yeah, it was on Zoom, but it was also stuff that was on like, oh god, what did we use? It's like a really shitty version of Blackboard.
I don't know what Blackboard is.
Okay. Well,
Sorry.
I used Blackboard for college, so
Oh, what is Blackboard?
it's just an interface for your classes. I don't really know how else
So
to
it's
describe
just
it.
like a giant blackboard on this website that
No,
they just write
no,
on?
it's a website that shows off your. I'll show it to you later. It's a website. They call it Blackboard because it's for school,
Okay.
and they put in your
sick.
courses, and then in those courses they'll show like your coursework. But yeah, it was like a shittier version of that wasn't very developed well because it was, you know, made for high school teachers, which means it's like underfunded by a fuckload.
It was also probably made in a rush because COVID had just hit and they didn't know what to do.
Yes.
So they just scrammed whatever they can do, like to do a makeshift like online routine for classes from that point on.
Yeah.
Oh.
So nobody knew what they were
Dang.
doing, so they didn't do anything. And I was like, okay, that's a fucking easy A, awesome.
Yeah.
And you know
Wow.
what? Doesn't matter to me. I still graduated with like a 4.7 GPA.
Sheesh. Nice. So 5-point scale. I'm pretty sure that's what we have, but I can't remember what
Oh
mine
no,
was.
it was still a 4-point. It's just that I am an overachiever.
Oh yeah. Yeah, freaking big brain Asian.
What can I
Oh,
say?
so
Summa cum laude.
I remember Suma. Wait, were you not? Oh shoot, what's that term for like top of the class?
It is
Valedictorian?
summa
Were you
cum
not
laude.
valedictorian?
Oh, for high school? No, because I
Yeah.
didn't participate in anything.
Wait, don't you have to just be the highest class, the grades in the class to be valedictorian?
I mean, sure, but there's also other things where it's usually people that were in like leadership roles, and honestly, I just wanted to
Oh
get my
my
grade
gosh,
and
it's like, yeah, it's like you're trying to go for freaking Eagle Scout or something. Holy crap, you gotta do all this other stuff
go.
instead
Yeah,
of,
so
okay.
I was in the mindset of, I'm just gonna do what's required
No, you didn't. You did more than what was required because
and
you
get
got
grades
freaking a
that my mom would be
4.7 on
happy
a
with.
4-point scale. Still, you got a freaking 4.7 GPA on a 4-point scale. That's not all that was required. You could have scraped by with a 4.0 on a 4.
Point is, I didn't want to do extra
mean,
curriculars.
Unless
anything.
you got a
else.
4.7 without even trying, in which case, what the hell? If you actually tried, you could be freaking at Harvard right now or something.
God, you cannot pay me to go to Harvard. Oh, Jesus.
Well, that's the thing. Actually, curiosity struck me. Did you get UA on a full ride or something?
No. I went to UA because
Did
it
you ever
was
take the
the
ACT?
easiest choice.
Dang, okay.
Because they didn't
Wait,
have
what
an
was your
essay
G? Oh,
requirement.
sorry. Essay requirement. Oh, for your major?
No, to like enter,
Or
like
wait.
to apply at all. Some colleges require
What other
essays.
schools require a freaking essay to get in? What?
Like a lot of them. But
Interesting.
UA didn't, and I was like, fuck it, UA. And my mom was already a fan of UA because she went here before, so she's a big Crimson Tide
Oh,
fan.
nice.
And I was like, fuck it, UA,
Oh,
cool.
yeah.
And then they were like, yeah, we
Hmm.
accept like almost everybody. I'm like, awesome. So,
Right. You did get scholarship.
oh no, I didn't.
How much did you have to pay? You didn't have a wait, sorry, are you on student loans or something?
Oh, I just paid off all of them, but yeah, no,
How?
let's see.
You out of your own money?
Yeah, out of pocket.
Well, you did work a job, so okay.
Yeah, so I just I just paid it off. Hee. I'm kind of broke because of it, but like I don't owe anybody cash, so that's nice.
Okay.
And
Wait, well, you managed to pay not only your freaking tuition and an apartment at the same time, but damn, you
see,
paid
I was
all
covered.
that.
No. So I was covered
that
for the
job.
first 2.5 years by VA benefits. So I
VA
VA Veterans Affairs.
veterans.
Yeah. So my dad went to the
Who was a
in the
veteran?
Navy.
Oh, nice.
So
Oh,
I
nice.
got benefits for that, and essentially they paid for my college up to a certain point, and then they were like, "All right, you ran out of benefits." I'm like, "Oh, that's fun." So after that, I started paying out of pocket, but I was also able to apply for in-state tuition because VA benefits are awesome. And
Nice.
yeah, so I paid that out of pocket, and then I paid off my student loan because I was lied to about how FAFSA works, and
You were lied to about. Wait, what do you mean?
essentially what I was told was like, hey, yeah, you know, if you apply to this thing, it's free money. And I'm like, okay, I like free money. And then I applied to it, and they're like, okay, you have too high of an income bracket for it to be a grant, so it's a loan. And I'm like, what? So I had a loan, and then I paid off the loan because I hate owing people money.
You should have just gotten a cheaper paying job. You would have gotten a grant that way.
No, it's because my dad. I'm in a pretty, like, upper middle class family. So,
Oh, not your income, your family income. Oh, okay. Fair. Damn. What? Hold on. But still, so how long exactly did your VA benefits provide for your schooling?
until my last semester of junior year.
So you paid for about a year
A year and a half. Yeah.
on your own money. Now, that first 2.5 years, did your VA only cover your school bill, or did it cover your apartment as well?
Oh, so for freshman and sophomore year, I was in a dorm. So it covered all that.
Oh, damn. Okay. And then junior year, I'm assuming, is when you moved out?
Yeah. And I paid that on my own.
And for the first half, and well, you pay for both years, and even to now, you've had the same apartment for 2 years.
Yeah.
Damn.
It's a nice apartment. I like it.
Bet you haven't even realized it's been 2 years since you moved in. That place looks squeaky clean though. You must have kept that sucker clean. Well, you do have roommates though. I'm sure it's a group effort.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Damn. Year and a half of tuition and so year and a half of tuition plus 2 years of apartment fee. How much you reckon that all totals up to?
Probably a lot.
Like, are we talking close to 6 figures in terms of total, or
No,
like-
6 figures? Fuck
No. Well, like I'm saying, like upwards of 100K or something.
no. No, I'd say
Total.
probably like, okay, so this apartment, oh god.
Because he also got a pretty decent degree, I guess. Well, let's see, criminal psychology and all that.
I mean, hang
I
on,
don't
let me
know.
think about it, because my rent's only $700 a month.
Only? Holy crap. Well, okay.
In comparison
I
to
guess
some
that's-
of the other apartments here, yeah, only.
Yeah.
So
okay,
700.
fair.
And that's like, I mean,
That covers water and everything, right?
I still have an electric, but that's only like $80
Oh.
or something.
Oh, okay, nice.
Like,
You have a washer and dryer in that room?
Yeah.
Okay, sick. Oh damn, 700 a month. That ain't bad.
It's probably, my total is probably like 35K.
Damn. In 2 years, you earned and subsequently spent around 35,000.
Oh, I don't know how much I've earned, but yeah, I've probably
Well,
spent
still,
about
you say you're
35K.
like dead broke now. Even if you spend about, let's say, upwards of $5,000 on anything outside of school and apartment, you still earned and then spent almost all of $40,000 in 2 years.
Money.
Which, yeah, well, I mean, earning around 20,000 a year, you're basically earning like 1,000 a month. Wait, no, that's somewhere around 1,400 a month, give it or take. Wait, how does math work? Hold on, give me a second. 20. I don't know. That's just an average, but that's not awful. But you're essentially only making $250 a week.
I mean,
if
I'm
not a
making
little bit
no
more.
money right now, but yeah.
Yeah, so I'm kind of concerned about how you're gonna pay for your rent from now on, unless your family's covering that.
My dad is covering this month because I asked for my birthday.
Oh, how nice of him. He paid you $700 for your birthday.
Yes.
That's actually very generous. I wish my parents would do that. Pay off my help me pay off my loan that I owe to them for $450 or something.
Yeah, so,
But yeah, just here to hoping that you get that job soon. How much will you be earning with that job, out of curiosity?
oh, I don't know.
Oh, they don't share salary with you?
Dude, I'm just on a
okay,
search right
that's-
now. It's gonna be whatever comes up.
Well, this, as in, you said this month was covered as in May or June?
May.
When would your June rent be due?
Like, July 1st or something.
You got a month to get you a job and then pay the rent for that month.
I also, okay, so I say I'm broke, but I still have, like, emergency wiggle room. Like, I still have money, I guess is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, but you said emergency. You're digging into your emergency funds.
No,
Not a
yeah, I'm not saying,
awful
oh, I'm
thing.
not in a rush to get a job. Like, I'm still aiming to get
Oh,
a
right,
job.
yeah. I'm still like, yeah, that's... Personally, I would hate to use an emergency fund if I have one. I mean,
not sure
well,
I even-
obviously you can't help it. I mean, you obviously have no choice. You don't have a job currently, but still, I'm just like, dang, that really is... Woohoo! Yeah,
I still have flexibility.
yeah. At least you got freedom of living on your own. Just something I can't exactly say that for myself. No, I kind of can.
I mean, I have
I'll be-
roommates. It's just that they're not here for the summers.
They're not there. Well, wait, they were probably there a couple of months ago. Never mind. I was gonna say, not once have I ever realized that you had roommates, except for when you said you had roommates, because it doesn't seem like anyone lives there. I mean, it's just, I don't know. It's, but then
That's 'cause we
again,
don't
the only
talk to
times
one
I've
another.
been there is like around the time of graduation and when summer hit. So it makes sense that they're not there. But I'm just it feels to me as if during the school year, which at least you're not in school anymore, it doesn't occur to me that there would even be anyone living there, even though they probably are or will be living there. So, yeah. No, it's just me. Like, I'm like, yep. As far as I'm concerned, that apartment is all yours. Which your share of the so y'all split rent then, I'm assuming, right?
No, we get fixed rates.
Wait, what? So, huh? You have 2 or 3 roommates.
3.
Okay.
So even though
Each
they're
of y'all
not here,
pays-
it doesn't mean my rent goes up.
No, but do they still have to pay rent?
Yeah.
Like the whole 700, or they have like a rent of just a small amount to hold their place in that rent?
No, it's the whole 700.
Jesus, I would, man. Are any of them still in school?
One of them is in grad school during the usual semesters, and the other one hasn't been
okay.
here for the majority of her lease. So I don't know what's going on with her.
What the hell? Okay, well, it sounds like they're just blowing money out of their ass at this point. It's no point for them to even own that apartment anymore. It'd be much cheaper for them to just rent a freaking, like, I don't know, get a loan on a freaking camper or something. It'd be cheaper that way. 700 a month for a place you don't even live in anymore. Unless the lease works differently than I'm imagining. They should just cancel their apartment. I mean, just grab their stuff and go back home. Now, they're in one of them's in grad school. One of them don't even live there, so one of them for sure might as well keep it. But the other one, don't just cancel on it. But yeah, I don't know. I guess not my circus, not my monkeys. Still, what if someone were to like be the only tenant in that apartment? They just have to pay 700.
Yeah.
Okay, if no one else lived there, say again you're the only one who lives there and no one else lived there, so you have 3 open bedrooms and you only pay 700. Could someone live there for free? Like you have a friend
No.
come over and live for free? Okay, wait. So that weekend when freaking who was it? I think it was it Caitlin and Yate who was staying with you in your apartment building?
Oh yeah, that was totally not allowed.
But you wait, how'd you get away with it?
Because I didn't say that it was happening.
Oh jeez. Now, how long do you think you could have gone doing that and got away with it?
I don't know, until they put a room inspection out.
Oh, okay, fair enough. So no free living, dang. But still, 700 per person for a 4-bedroom apartment? Does each bedroom have like its own bathroom?
Yeah.
Or, okay, that's a little bit more fair now that I think about it. Okay. Huh.
The only thing we share is the common space with the
Kitchen.
kitchen.
Yeah. Dang, every room having its own bathroom. Then again, Jack and Randy's, their apartment works pretty much the same way. Hold on, I just gotta ask. So obviously you've been to Jack's apartment. When you're there, whose bathroom do you normally use, Randy's or Jack's?
Usually used Jack's, but
can am I the only one who thinks it's a freaking pigsty in there?
it's pretty bad.
I'm assuming you've never mentioned this to him, or have you?
No, I haven't. But it's pretty bad.
Okay, I haven't either, but I'm also like, I personally, when I last went there, not only was I freaking trying to do a Mission Impossible walking over laser beams around all the obstacles on the floor, maneuvering in that bathroom, but I also had to deal with all the freaking muck on the toilets, in the tub, sink, not to mention the freaking empty toilet paper rolls that were on the toilet that made it hard for me to put my toiletry pouch there, which is where I normally would have put it, so I had to hang it from like the coat rack, or no, not the freaking towel hanger. And thankfully I was just there for like that one night, but I was like, this was sort of bad the last time I was here. It's almost as if he's not even bothered to clean. No, he doesn't. I know that for a fact he does not clean that bathroom once. But I personally cannot
To be fair,
understand how
I'm not
someone
any
can do what?
To be fair, I'm not any better.
Okay, I don't know whose bathroom I was using when I was at your place, but it was nowhere near that.
Oh, I made you guys use my roommate's bathroom.
Oh, wait a minute. No, I remember now. You showed your bathroom in that video you recorded and you sent to like one of the chats. And I remember seeing muck in the bathtub. Yeah, okay. It wasn't okay, again, all I remember was muck. It wasn't a disorganized mess, and I don't remember seeing too much stuff on the floor or anything. But still, like, compared to Jack's, yours is
yeah,
like
it's not
a freaking
Jack's, but I haven't cleaned this bathroom in ever.
I mean, I can put my offer up on the table like I always do with Jack. I'm your handy cleaner guy. I can clean for free.
I
Like,
mean,
genuinely,
I guess if you really want to.
yeah, I mean, I remember. I don't know when my wake-up call was, but the first time I realized I need to keep a clean bathroom was when I had a bunch of muck, similar to yours, not what Jack had. I didn't get that far, but like I had a muck mess like yours does, and
Yeah,
I was clicked, and I just like, you know what? From now on, I cannot live in a bathroom where there's like mold everywhere, and so it took me all of like 30 minutes of like hardcore scrubbing, sweeping, wiping, and all that good stuff. And my bathroom was shiny clean after that. It wouldn't take me that long. Now, only problem would be taking everything off the counters and stuff, and then cleaning, and then putting stuff back where they belong. I will say I could do that, but it is not my
I
bathroom.
mean,
so
I
if
would
I were
just
to
put
clean
it in
for
a
you,
bin. I would just put it in a bin
Wait.
and move it.
I was gonna say, could you like basically clean off the counters, and then I'll come in and scrub everything down, and then I could even help you put everything back. Because I mean, I don't know what I don't know where your personal belongings go, like what is off limits, what can't be touched, like stuff that goes in a certain place.
Oh, dude, I don't care. It's a fucking toothbrush.
Okay. No, I don't mean that. I just mean like other things like cosmetics. You don't use cosmetics. Like,
I don't have cosmetics now. I literally have a toothbrush, toothpaste, and mouthwash
Do you clean your face?
in the shower.
Like a face cleaner, like CeraVe or something, and then moisturize?
No.
You don't moisturize. Do you have acne?
No.
Okay, well then never mind. Dang, I must have lost the freaking Chinese lottery there on that one. My freaking acne is awful.
I never
man.
really had acne before.
You don't eat a lot of greasy junk food? No?
That's a lie.
Okay, well then I can't figure out. You must just have good face skin genes then. I hate to say that I don't, and somehow, I don't know. I mean, I didn't eat too many like greasy snacks. I eat some greasy food, I guess, which most of the stuff I eat is cooked in olive oil, some vegetable oil, maybe some sesame seed oil, and other things, but I don't know what's caused my acne. Now, then again, it is the environment I'm in. Oh, that could be it. Like, I'm just getting sweat on my face all the time, working in dust
I was
and
about
grime.
to say, like, your pores are
You-
in fucking shambles because of your line of work.
Right, that makes sense. But that's the thing, none of my coworkers, even ones around my age who eats way more greasy food than I do and work in the same environment, none of them have as bad acne as I do.
Maybe you just suck.
Maybe I just suck? What?
Yeah.
Well, damn. What is that even supposed to mean? What do I suck at? Cleaning my face? I do it every morning and every night. But, yeah, okay. Damn, I thought I really am just the only Asian around here who's got god-awful acne. Well, okay, I will say
I was
it's
gonna
not
say, how
that
many Asians
bad.
do you know?
Like 3 currently. I know you, I know my mom, and I know like a friend of my girlfriend's who's Chinese who lives in town, never, and
I
just
guess to be
stays
fair,
in
I've
Auburn all
also
the time.
I also haven't really encountered an Asian with acne.
Oh wait, yeah, I have. Wait a minute. Some friends of mine from middle school or like early high school, they had red dots over their face too. Oh. Maybe, well, no, currently though, I might be the only one. That was back then, so I can't speak for them now because I haven't seen them in like 6 years. But as far as I know, I'm unfortunate to have this bad strand of genes that gives me god awful acne. So yeah, that's about the well, not the only. Well, I mean, let's see. Yeah, that's about the only really bad physical trait I have is acne. There's probably something else, but it's not coming to mind immediately. But yeah. Hold on, wait, I just remembered something. When you were at Jack's house, when you were with Hayes, were y'all like shoulder to shoulder, like
He's a little taller than me.
same? I haven't seen him in a minute, so he's probably grown a lot taller than the last time I saw him. But damn, how old is he? Is he 14 or is he 15?
14.
Damn, a 14. So that makes him 8th, 9th grade almost. Oh my gosh, is he almost in high school? Dang, that part never hit me either. Holy crap. I still remember when he was like a freaking itty bitty mini Jack. Everyone would call him Little Jack, even though he was nothing like Jack. In terms of, like, in every way but his face, he was nothing, and is probably nothing like Jack. But, yeah, that's interesting. Wow. Mm-mm-mm. 2 more hours. Is it already 5 o'clock? Oh my gosh, it's 5:30. Damn. Oh, manhole cover. Oops. Please. Drive faster. I haven't gotten any messages from Discord in a minute, so I'm assuming no one else has said anything. No one else is even awake, probably.
Oh, they're probably awake. It's just that they don't want to get on.
No, of course not. Well, I don't know. It did say 7 online at that moment when I was looking at it earlier. I'm sure there's a way to check who's online, but at that point I was just like, oh, they're probably just full-on ignoring us. Great. I love being ignored.
It's nothing personal. People have things to do.
Yeah, no, I understand. Did you ever fix your controller, or have you not worked on that yet?
I haven't worked on it yet.
Also, earlier you said you had like 3, but then you also had like 2 other controllers. What was up with those 2 other controllers?
Those are having some really bad drift.
I never really fully experienced just how bad drift can be. Is that just where your joystick would like be sitting straight, but it was also like going left or right or something.
Yeah, so the
Like it would
controller
move on
would
its
be
own?
reading an input when there isn't one.
Oh yeah. We had a slight drift on one of my Nintendo controllers that I bought for like 20 bucks at one point. It was one of those that looked like a pro controller, but it wasn't. Like cheaply made and stuff. But like, I think that thing is probably busted now, even though it's just been sitting there collecting dust for 2 years. I've never really. So how you said really bad drift?
Yeah.
Damn. You can get that fixed somehow, right?
I'm sure I can, I just don't know where.
Maybe there's probably like a tutorial video on YouTube somewhere. Do some surgery on your controllers.
Yeah, but I don't have the parts.
Look up a video and you'll find out what parts and probably get them off Amazon.
I'm saying I don't.
You can get it for cheap off Amazon probably. It wouldn't probably cost that much. I mean, then again, I don't know anything about repairing
I
controllers.
was about
so-
to say, I don't think you know the specs of how expensive they
Well,
can
it
get.
also depends on like, I mean, it's a joystick. How expensive can it be? Also, how many parts would you need to replace for just a joystick drift?
It's more like how to do it without breaking the damn thing, because I know sometimes
Well,
it needs like specialized
okay.
shit, because
Right.
brands are dumb.
Yeah. Well, okay. Maybe just go to a repairman. I'm sure there's probably one in town. Which would it cost more to get it fixed or to get a new controller altogether? So that is the debate. Sometimes it costs more to get something fixed than to just get a new one. Unless you hold sentimental value on that one that needs to be repaired, so I don't know. But you do have 3 controllers, so I don't think that's a big problem. I mean,
Yeah, no, I'm not worried
It's kind of
about it.
like 2 controllers now, because your one has the right trigger problem. I know this man's not going 45 on a 55, dude. Come on.
Dude, I might have to go soon.
What you gotta do?
Shower and eat.
Oh, I mean, I can let you go. I'm fully awake. I don't think anything's gonna put me to sleep in 2 hours. But then again, I could be wrong, so we'll see. But yeah, go do your thing, I guess.
Yeah, give me a second. I need a save. Or I need to find a good save point. I'm playing Pokemon
What
right
are you
now.
playing? Oh, which Pokemon?
Scarlet and Violet. Or Violet specifically. I'm playing the
Oh, shit.
the DLC because
Nice.
Colin got it for me.
Oh, is what's it called? The Indigo Mask?
Yeah.
Where'd you go to some Japanese village or something? I can't remember. Kanamori or something.